Hi, I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us for your continuing live BeTerrific coverage of CES 2015 here at the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. It just keeps going and getting better and better and better. More exciting stuff. And we're on planet5d.com as well and syndicating through lots of syndication partners. Thank you for watching wherever, whyever, however. Don't forget to download our app.beterrific.com. You know, you got to engage us too. We've got an IRC chat. All you have to do is go to beterrific.com/live, and there's an IRC chat at the bottom of the page. Get into that chat room, and you can ask your questions, and I'll ask them live on air. In addition, send your photos to the hashtag Cube on set, hashtag BeTerrific TV stage. Send your photos with your favorite gadget. We'll pick a winner at the end of the week, and they'll show up on air and everything, and then the winner gets a hashtag Cube. Very cool. I got to tell you about this device. This is the SunSocket Energy Bar 250, 250 watt hours of electricity from the batteries in here. It is powering these hashtag cubes. It will power a whole lot more than that. And you can have 4 USB outs, so you can power phones and iPads. It's 2 amps. You also can do regular power as well, and you've got a cigarette lighter port. It's easy to operate, just a little on switch. It doesn't weigh very much. Now, how do you charge these batteries? These batteries are amazing. You can run them all the way to zero, not partially, all the way to zero, and they're great. You charge it by plugging in this to either a wall socket and just plugging it into electric and charging it, or you can hook it up to solar panels like this from Aspect Solar. This is all from Aspect Solar. These solar panels are unbelievable. They're like almost indestructible. They generate almost an enormous amount of power from them, almost the most in the business, and it's just an enormous amount of power off of them. And if one gets damaged for some reason, it'll keep working. It's all modular, it's all travelable, and it's great. One day soon, we're going to be running our set off of their stuff, because their stuff starts as a battery pack as small as one of the things you would get for your cell phone, and they make those, and goes all the way up to rack-mounted units. And they all can plug into either electrical power or solar power. It's great for camping, it's great for hiking, it's great for family activities, for fun, for anything, and it's amazing for emergencies. And it's terrific for doing stuff like this and being off the grid. We're going to have continuous power for this set coming this summer out in the sunlight thanks to Aspect Solar. So you got to get with them, and you got to find out more. Go to aspectsolar.com, all right? We love them, we're with them, and we take this stuff everywhere, because now we never ever run out of power. It's impossible, because the sun will come up tomorrow, no matter what. All right, we've got Sara from Suitable Tech here. She's in San Francisco, and Suitable Tech is the Beam. I love the Beam. I think this is the greatest device. I want one, not only for our studio in Secaucus, New Jersey, for when we do shows. I would much rather do this than a Skype interview. But I also want one for my home, because I have a little son. He's 19 months old in a couple of days, and his name's Jack, and I think this would be a much better way to interact than just FaceTime when I'm away.
Absolutely. So now when you're traveling, you can sing Jack's favorite song before he goes to bed, or if perhaps you have a mother that's sick, you're able to beam in and visit her regularly. You can check on your home. We're so excited to present the Beam Plus, our smaller version. Right now you're looking at the Beam Pro, our enterprise, big, 5'2", 6 microphones, 2 cameras, 8 hours of battery life. This goes everywhere, connected on Wi-Fi and 4G. But this year we've launched our smaller home edition for exactly that sort of use, being able to check in with Jack every night, even when you're on the road.
Well, we love you guys, and I got to tell you, we love the tech. It's unbelievable. Beam is great. You really do feel like you're talking to a real person, and you're engaging with them. It's great for meetings. It's great for corporate situations. I think that people have to note that the microphones and speakers are amazing. It is really loud in here. We took the top off our Easy Up. We've got this nice convertible going, and so there's a lot of noise coming in here. You could hear me great. I could hear you great. We weren't yelling during the commercial breaks. You're still hearing me great. Talk about how you guys have worked so hard and gotten this to be where it is.
The engineers are absolute geniuses. Literally on my end, I have nothing more than a small MacBook Air. I'm working off of a laptop only. I've got no special microphone. I can control using my arrow keys. I can be anywhere. I could do you here in CES in Vegas, or I could be in a Starbucks in Aspen and be able to control any device all over the world, being in multiple places in the same day. So it is all in-house. They have their own audio, video conferencing software. The hardware you're looking at is built in-house, made in America. Everything you see here is proprietary, and we have military grade encryption. So extremely secure, reliable, fast, in real time, no delay, human to human connection.
So this is great for corporate stuff. It's also great for kids who can't make it to school because of some illness or for some other reason, and it's great for families, right? Like you said, grandma or somebody else in the family. Anybody can operate it as long as they have the login and all that stuff. How much? I know that this one's kind of pricey, but it's really for corporate situations. How much is the new one for home use?
The new one prices out at $2,000. It's about 4'2". It's got a 10-inch screen, goes about a mile per hour, and it connects via Wi-Fi. Has about a 2-hour battery life. So for $2,000, you can be anywhere you need to be, and you can place one at each of your homes. It's a much more affordable price point. But at the corporate level, our $20,000 Beam Pro that you're looking at now, that price point is very affordable and pays for itself rather quickly because you're no longer spending the airline miles and points and dollars to get your executives back and forth.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. It's definitely worth it, and I think that it's not expensive for a corporation. But I was saying, for home use, this would be a lot of money, and so $2,000 is a lot more palatable. Hey, I'd like to have Jack be able to talk to me while I travel. Is a lot more palatable than, hey, let's drop 20 grand on this. But you're right, because it really does make a difference for airline travel and all that. It's so expensive to travel. What do you see the future of this tech being?
Ooh, that's such a great question. The future of this tech, I mean, we're already on most of the continents. All of the large companies have at least one, if not one on every floor. So I see this just being this seamless, easy way to get everything that you need to get done in a single afternoon. You can host that investor relations meeting in New York and pop into your favorite London client, check on your warehouse in the Philippines, and do it from your Los Angeles office. It's going to create the freedom to be wherever you need to be in the world with your best and brightest talent being accessible anywhere.
Are there video outputs on the back of this so that if I wanted to put this on a big screen, let's say I wanted to put you on a stage, you couldn't make it, and we wanted to put the beam on a stage, but we also had a screen behind you, is there a way to get that feed onto the screen? Or for us, for instance, we put this in the studio, we want to put you into the video switcher. Instead of using Skype, we have our interviews done over Beam. I mean, I just think this would be so tremendous for so many different applications, and I think, like you said, you can host all sorts of different business meetings in a single day. I'm really about productivity and efficiency, and I've never seen another company. There are a couple of competitors in the market. I've never seen one that works as good as this. We really love Beam.
Thank you. Well, we love being here. The focus of this particular Beam device, this smart presence system, is to give you a digital body. So it's not as much an AV system as it is you being able to control in real time your vantage point, your location, who you're talking to. So we didn't put in an AV plugin in the back because you're there in the flesh.
Got it. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Can we share your screen for a second so everybody can see? Can you screen share so everybody can see what you're actually looking at?
So I have two cameras. One gives me a great viewpoint of the floor. I can see where I'm heading. I can see your fabulous footwear when I'm going to bump into you. And then I have 105-degree peripheral vision, human eye. And if I need to turn my neck, I can turn a little bit to the left or the right. But I have a fantastic view. I know where I'm going. I can look people directly in the eye. I have this fabulous, basically power bar where I can make you louder. I can make myself louder. I can actually, if I'm in the back of an auditorium and I want to go and zoom in, it's not a problem. I can pause it to use the restroom, but that means I'm still commanding this beam. Or I can log out and let the next person use this device to commence our meeting.
And so let me ask you about how we sound, because you're not wearing any headphones or anything at all. Is that correct? How do we sound? I mean, you sound terrific. How do we sound?
Well, there's 6 microphones. 5 are directionally faced at you and one's behind me. And because I've turned it on conference mode or party mode, the one behind me is actually noise canceling anything around me except for what I'm facing at. So I can hear you better than if I were actually there because I have no distractions. It's pretty great.
That's terrific. I got to tell you something. I have to wear this earpiece here because I can't hear anything literally, I have to wear the earpiece, and I think the guests have been struggling. So that's really a good point. And we have earpieces for the guests. I think we're going to start using them because it's really loud here.
There's a lot going on, a lot of excitement, a lot of great new technologies, and people want to talk about it. So the background noise can be deafening, and it's been extremely pleasant to have a noise canceling option so that I can focus on that which is right in front of me.
How'd you get involved with Beam?
One of their key marketing staffers was a dear friend of mine, and she said that this technology was the future and it was blowing up, and that I wanted to be involved, and she was right.
Well, I think she was right 100%. How do people find out? Is it suitabletech.com?
Suitabletech.com. Our Twitter handle is @suitabletech. But SuitableTech has all sorts of great links to leasing or buying the Beam. This is the Beam Pro. The brand new one that came out for home use is called Beam Plus. And check it out. It's a really neat technology.
I think it is a really awesome technology. A lot of people in the chat room are saying, hey, look, $2,000 still expensive. Yes, it's expensive, but there are a lot of benefits to this. Can you talk about some of those? Like, to the fact that, like, I kind of alluded to it before, but my son Jack actually being able to feel like he's interacting with somebody instead of a screen on a computer or a phone. And look, it might not be right for everybody, and it might not be right today for you. Obviously, this is the future, and the prices will eventually come down. We know that. But this is where it is today, and so talk a little bit about that.
It's the price of peace of mind. So your neighbor calls and says, I know you're in Hawaii, and I don't mean to scare you, but your front door is ajar. And you go, oh, instead of having to fly home in a panic, you just log on, cruise around, make sure your home's okay, nothing's rustled, and you can actually assess whether or not it's important to spend another $1,000 to fly home early. Or if your mother is ill and you don't know how much time you're going to have with her in another state, or your work hours make it so you can't visit her very often, now you have a way to, in real time, engage with her, cruise around her room, talk to her directly, make sure that her conditions in her nursing home are sanitary and okay. Or your kids, when you're traveling, there's nothing better than being able to walk them into their bedroom, tell them a story, be able to control their usage point, make sure they're not hiding their unfinished homework behind some pile of toys. I mean, you really get a virtual body, and that seems pretty priceless.
Yeah, I mean, I love doing FaceTime with Jack, and we have a lot of fun with it, and I can give him virtual tours and stuff, and hey, look, it's good, but I think that there's if you travel a lot, if you really travel a lot, if that's how you make your living, then there's a different, look, and I don't have one, and I would love one, but I don't have one, but I can see where it would be a different experience for him to see something that's almost my height, especially at 5'2" tall, and be able to interact a little bit more with that. And I get it from having interviewed, doing this twice now, and feeling like there's a person there. So I do see this being a benefit, and I think it's awesome, and I do think it's the future, and eventually it will come down to it. And again, it's not for everybody, but it might be right for you, and I think it's great.
And if Jack doesn't accept your FaceTime inquiry, there's no phone call. This doesn't require anyone else. You just pop on the screen, you beam in when you're ready, and when you want to survey what's going on. And so that's a nice addition that you can fill your experience completely.
Absolutely. I think the technology is great. It's very exciting. You guys are awesome. We love Suitable Tech. We love Beam, and we'd love to try. We're going to try and send you guys out to the Strip later in the week and have fun with people on the Strip. Yeah. So maybe we can do that and still set that up, whether it's here or when we're at the Sands Expo, which is the other part of CES for innovation, startups, and all that. We'll try and do something fun with that as well.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for having us. We look forward to hanging out on the Strip.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and doing this. We really appreciate it. Why don't you throw everybody to commercial? It'll be fun. Tell everybody we'll be back right after this on BeTerrific.
We'll be back. CES 2015 on BeTerrific right after this.